Good cattle friends, we are in Cartago, Valle, in the Hacienda La Esperanza of Agropecuaria La Esperanza HyJ. We are dedicated to the breeding and selection of cattle Gyre and Guerolando, crossing the Gyre with the Holstein to improve the productivity of our dairy. Agropecuaria La Esperanza is a company dedicated to the breeding and raising of cattle Gyre and Guerolando. We are also dedicated to the production of milk and genetic improvement. The purpose of the genetic improvement that we do in our livestock is to produce animals that are good and high in milk production and also that are resistant in the tropics. We as livestock also need to obtain a daily cash flow to be able to support all the expenses and costs that are given day by day. So, milk is being sold, and with that, there is a cash flow and also money. That is what we are all looking for, profitability in livestock. We have pure Gyre cattle from one of a high genetics in milk production, the best genetics in Colombia, of the best bulls tested in Brazil. That Gyre we crossed with the Holstein, the highest bulls in milk and the best bulls that at the moment are being used. We crossed it with the cow Gyre and we took the F1 that are the two record cows at this time in Colombia. This is what we produce with the pure cows Gyre and Guerolando, and is what we have in our dairy right now. We have a dairy only Guerolando. I think it's very productive, first of all, because the Guerolando is a very rustic cattle, thanks to what it brings to the Gyre is a cattle high in milk production, which is what we need. And on top of that, it's a cattle also docile, well, as in the case of us who perform a lift in a specialized way to have a docile cattle in milking. Then it seems to me that it is very profitable and is the best option at the moment in the dairies and in the livestock in Colombia. We at Agropecuaria La Esperanza have always been concerned with working with cutting-edge genetics. Looking for a north on the subject of Gyre and Guerolando, the two races that are managed. All handling both national and imported bulls of the best characteristics, such as milk production, animals with very good aplomb, animals of a good biotype and animals of very good udders. In order to be able to have the results that we are obtaining at the moment both in tracks and in the dairy contests of the livestock, to be able to make all this genetics available to farmers in Colombia and to offer them the best that there is working in bulls both Holstein and Gyre. We do everything through video reproductive technologies such as in vitro fertilization and artificial insemination. Here we manage a pool of donors. They are the ones that month by month are being worked by in vitro fertilization according to the characteristics that we have spoken about. Type of udder, quality of aplomb and milk production, in order to multiply the desirable genes within the act. From the dairies that are kept in livestock, we see very high averages in milk in pasture conditions, and in addition to that we can also see in the milk contests the results obtained, for example with the cows that we are seeing, in which the record was obtained in adult cow and first delivery heifer. They are dairy productions, and with great capacities for this production. These Gyre cows, as we were talking about, for their production they are selected to be donors, and we always go with a north, as we said, to dairy production. They are working the best bulls that are available in the market for day to day to be a very good heifer lift and give them the best conditions to be able to obtain these results. That's what we've been doing over the years. We have always been working bulls as balanced as possible between their milk production, between their udder quality, and their quality of aplomb. We have used bulls of genetics, let's say a little older like the Blitz, but in turn we have used others like Blade, Supersize, bulls a little more current, but that have in their genetic base all the characteristics that we always look for. As for dairy production, we have outstanding cows like Bedouin, which is a cow, which I just made the national record, a cow of 53.14 liters, that's the top at the moment, and cows, let's say more average, are cows between 17 and 18 liters at their peak. But trying to make them all very functional cows and have a very long life. We have always tried to work very much as a team, to work very judiciously, and always leading a north. There, as you can also see in the back, we carry some heifers, some pregnant cows. We have outstanding cows right now. What did you work on that gyre? Try to work very current animals, very well shaped, very balanced animals, animals of very easy milking, animals that also in track are excelling a lot. Try to always have the best of the best. As for the handling, we have both in our embryos and in our gyre and Guirolando calves. We are handling the calves at birth. The cows go to milking, and the calves stay in special care. In this special care are managed by giving milk by bucket, 4 liters in the morning and 4 liters in the afternoon, and a special concentrate management to try to always have a specialized dairy. In this specialized dairy, these calves go with this care up to about 5 months, in which they actually become ruminants, are carried from there to the east and even get pregnant. In the subject of Guirolando, we are pregnant at about the age of 17 or 18 months, and in gyre we are pregnant at about 21 or 20 months, depending on the weight and quality of the animal. And that's where we very judiciously select the bull that each heifer has to go with in order to continue evolving in that genetics. Well, right now we're at the farm La Granja de Agropecuaria La Esperanza HyJ, where we have the Guirolando plus milking system. These cows are in a belt grazing system where there is a rotation of about 45 to 60 days depending on the time that there is. Because at the moment the cows are at an average of 15 liters per animal and we are taking more or less 350 liters in a day. Is collected every 2 days on the farm and we are producing milk to Calanta. I'm going to tell you a little bit about the handling of animals here. The animals come from the pasture and are placed in a waiting room that is with a saran to prevent the sun from bothering them and stress before milking. It is very important therefore to avoid that the cows before the production of the milk have a stress and walk a lot the pastures. So what we are trying is for them to be able to rest and get right into the milking. Here we have a 4-stall de Laval milking, it's called All Pro. What does this team do? This equipment gives us all the information to a computer where it pulls the production. We square the feed of each animal, in this case we square a kilo for every 4 liters that the cow produces. This also has a hopper where the concentrate is stored and she herself takes its weight and gives it according to each animal. What do milkers have to do? They just have to enter the number of the animal and the system already knows which cow it is and they start milking. It also has warning systems when the cow has mastitis or is on some drug treatment. It warns the milkers and they know that the milk can no longer go to the tank. The cows go one by one, they go milking and then they go to a stable where they are given a supplement that is cutting grass, so that they are rested and they go out to the pasture to ruminate. The great achievements we have achieved in our livestock have been thanks to the quality of our gyre, the excellent quality, the excellent phenotype, and the excellent genetics that we have within our hatchery. All this is the result of the work and effort of everyone in our livestock, and that is why we have both Guerolando and gyre of good quality. The doors of the La Esperanza agricultural livestock are open for all of you who want to come to know, to visit, to look at the milkings and our animals, both to know and for those who want to acquire our high-quality genetics.